Rage on that beat, going crazy.
YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. We had an unbelievable weekend of football yet again. Guys, this was a crazy weekend. I think our biggest problem this entire weekend was VAR. I think they were slacking again. They were disgusting. I mean, they made decisions that myself and many of us thought were wrong. And what is VAR actually there for? Because they're there to improve on the game, help situations, help referees when they cannot see it. They are there to intervene and make the right decision. I think the decisions this weekend were wrong. There were two major ones that I thought they got terribly wrong. Actually, three. There were three major points that I thought they got massively wrong. Anyway, guys, let's start off with this weekend's fixtures that just ran past. Guys, stay tuned. At the end of the video, we are going to highlight our three top performing players for the weekend. This is something new we've added to the channel. We're going to highlight our top three and we'll make it down to our best performing player for the entire weekend. Okay, first off, we had Chelsea versus Luton Town at Stamford Bridge. We all knew what was going to happen. We thought Luton might pip a goal. It never happened. And Chelsea were very dominant. They brought out their true colours and they finally kicked off their season on a high note. So Raheem Sterling, the main man, he bossed that game. 2 goals and an assist. It was unbelievable to watch. He was classy. The balls between him and Gusto on that right wing. Luton Town didn't know what to do. And that was the old Raheem Sterling that we saw back from Manchester City days. He looks fired up and ready to go. They needed him now because they were looking terrible come their first 2 games. Nicholas Jackson also thrived in that situation with Raheem Sterling, and they all managed to get themselves a goal. It was fantastic to watch. Well up Chelsea fans. You guys did well. Okay, next off we had Brighton and West Ham. Probably one of the shock results of the weekend. We knew West Ham came into the game on a high note. Lots of confidence, obviously beating Chelsea 3-1 at home the previous week. But I did not expect another 3-1 in their favour. I thought Brighton were going to boss the game and really go for a third win in a row. Brighton struggled. It was not the Brighton we have seen so far this season. Although they bossed the game, the majority of the game. The passing was good. They had many attempts. Areola made unbelievable saves. I mean, go look at some of those saves he was making. It was great to see from him. West Ham came off to win 3-1. I think it was the Jared Bowen, Mikel Antonio show. They were very good together. Mikel Antonio with his strength. And that ball over to Jared Bowen. Guys, this goal I want to highlight because what a goal. It came in from the top. That first touch was beautiful. Cut inside, bang. Jared Bowen gets a goal. It was classy. It was a very, very good goal. It's a very difficult skill to do, and I think he did it unbelievably well. Brighton did get themselves a goal, and I think they were unlucky to lose 3-1 based on the efforts that they had. Like I said, Areola kept them alive. He was brilliant, and for me, definitely the man of the match. Okay, then, wow, this was also a crazy start at Old Trafford. United went 2-0 down in the first 4 minutes. Also, another goal I want to highlight, guys, was that Awaniyi goal. We've been speaking about him every week. We've been saying he's one of the standout strikers at the moment. He's so strong. And that speed to get past both Varane and Martinez, I thought was brilliant. He was a machine. For such a big guy, the pace that he brought was unbelievable. He ran straight through from about the halfway line and he just went straight through, got himself a goal. It was actually very, very good. Rashford did try to track back, but he could not get there in time and he got himself a very, very good goal. All starting off from a corner. So from a United corner, Nottingham counter-pressed and got themselves 2-0 up. Come the second half, United managed to get themselves back in the game. I thought Christian Eriksen, even at his age, he still has legs. He provides so much to that team. And I think that first goal was massive for them because it just kick-started them. Now, the last goal for Man United, the penalty. Guys, for me, I thought this was one of VAR's big mistakes for the weekend. That's not a penalty. I mean, Rashford was looking for the dive. It was a slight touch. you can't tell me that's a penalty. When I saw it, I said VAR will overturn this, no penalty. They gave it. Well up United, you got the win. I thought very unlucky to Nottingham because they were the better team. And I think VAR were definitely on United's side for that one. And I think United were lucky yet again to get another win. Okay, Everton and Wolves. Guys, last week we predicted the 1-0 win. We said Wolves were going to do it. Everton look shaky. No goals, no Calvert-Lewin, no Iwobi. There's no goals coming. So, like we predicted, a 1-0 win. It was fantastic. A lot of my friends, a lot of our viewers thought the game was going to go a different direction. I had faith in Wolves to get over the line, and they did. 1-0. It was a very good win. Well up Wolves. Okay, Brentford, Crystal Palace. I expected a lot more from Brentford. I really thought Mbemu and Wisa were going to get themselves more goals, especially being at home. I think Crystal Palace again took the game to them and they held their own. I think Crystal Palace's goal was slightly lucky from Anderson. They're on the right-hand side, but sometimes when you're playing well, you deserve that little bit of good fortune, and they got it. Well up to them. They managed to get a point away from home at a very tricky stadium. So it was a good result for Crystal Palace, not so good for Brentford. Okay, guys, Arsenal and Fulham, another shocker. I think they were caught flat-footed from the get-go. Already a minute or two in, 1-0 Fulham. It was crazy. Arsenal were not themselves. At home, the crowd was there. Arsenal weren't. Bukayo Saka was quiet for at least 70-80% of the game. He missed a sitter. He gave the ball away for them to score their first goal. And I think he just wasn't at the races. He did get the penalty and he did convert it. So well up to him. He managed to get some points under his name. But Arsenal were flat-footed and not themselves there at the Emirates. Ramsdale was caught in no man's land. So between Bukayo Saka passing back with the loose pass and Ramsdale caught in no man's land, it was a terrible goal to concede. And if you are looking to get dropped as the number one goalkeeper, do things like that, Ramsdale. Keep going in that direction, and I think David Raya will step up and take the number one spot. Fulham in the second half, Raul Jimenez, that bicycle kick, guys. I mean, just take a look at this. It was unbelievable. It just missed. It's a difficult skill because he landed up on the left foot and turned on his right. The bicycle nearly went in and it would have been a beautiful goal. Probably the goal of the weekend, but it wasn't meant to be. They finished off 2-2. Well up to Fulham, very hard stadium to go to against last season's almost champions. And they did well. They prevailed very well. Okay, we also had Tottenham versus Bournemouth. Now, we thought Bournemouth could put a goal. We knew Tottenham were going to win this. They've started well. We thought they were going to. They're doing very well for themselves at the moment. But I was upset to see Dominic Solanke, Semedo, these guys Billing not get a goal because I thought they played well in certain parts of the game. There was a lot of link-up play, but nothing was meant to be for them. They lost 2-0 at home. Well done, James Maddison. You were looking saucy yet again. Those passes, you were getting in behind the line, and you got yourself a goal. Well up to you. It was a great game for you guys. Okay, we kick-started Sunday with the Aston Villa Burnley game as well as the Manchester City Sheffield game. We knew Aston Villa were going to get themselves a win. They played well. Burnley looked like they might get back into that game when they got that first goal for themselves, but it didn't work, and Aston Villa went on to boss the game. I mean, Diaby is the main man there at Aston Villa at the moment. He is classy. He's speedy, he's skillful, he can score goals. He is looking great. Ollie Watkins again with another blanker for him this game, but he did get himself an assist. And even if you're not scoring, if you're still getting involved in creating opportunities, your team will do well. You'll score goals, you'll win games. Aston Villa are looking very good. Well up to them. Manchester City and Sheffield. I want to take my hat off to Sheffield United because to go up against the champions at home, not an easy task. When you're looking at names like Julian Alvarez, Erling Haaland, Rodrigo, Jack Grealish, Phil Foden, there's so many classy individual names there. You automatically mindset you've lost. And Sheffield took the game. They were at home. They showed why they deserved to be in the Premier League, and I thought they were very unlucky to lose that game. Some fortune went their way in Erling Haaland missing a penalty. Now, you heard that, guys. You heard that right. Erling Haaland missed the penalty. He is a human being. He's not a machine, and he proved it. He might have just given the rest of the Premier League some sort of hope in missing that. I don't know. He did get himself a goal, though, in the second half. The towering leap, unbelievable header, very good goal. I really thought the game was going to end 1-1, but like we said last week, guys, somebody always gets a goal. This week it was Rodrigo. He got himself a beautiful goal, and he managed to clinch the 3 points for his Manchester City side. Well done to them. They're sitting top of the log at the moment. And the last game of the weekend, it was the big one, the most anticipated game, Liverpool versus Newcastle. Now, guys, I think that Newcastle came out firing. It was crazy for Liverpool supporters. I mean, Newcastle bossed the game. They were favourites in the game, being at home. Obviously, Liverpool without key men like Diogo Jota, Konate. I think Newcastle were very good. I think Trent Alexander-Arnold cost Liverpool again. He does not trap that ball well at all. Salah plays the back pass to him. He does not trap the ball, and on through go Newcastle to get themselves a goal. Well up to Gordon. He had an unbelievable game. I think VAR got it wrong again with the Van Dijk red card. I don't think it's a red card, guys. Okay, yes, he is the last defender. He does get contact on Isaac, but he does get the ball, and there's no direct saying that he is through on goal. There's no certainty that once that ball lands down at his feet, he's through on goal. You don't know how the touch is going to be. Van Dijk did get the entire ball, and he did get a bit of Isaac. For me, it's a free kick and a yellow card at most. I think VAR was an absolute joke there again. It was the Darwin Núñez game, guys. We spoke about him. We said he was going to be the man this season. We said that he is him, and he showed it. Darwin Núñez was unbelievable. Came off the bench, got himself 2 goals, won Liverpool the game. It was beautiful. Guys, Darwin Núñez is him. He is him this season. Keep with him this season. He will get goals. Liverpool need to be starting him. He is him. He is Himothy, if you will. Shout out to you, Lincoln. That one's for you. Guys, it was an unbelievable weekend of football. Now, like we said at the beginning of the show, we're going to highlight our 3 main players, and then we will decide who was the main player for the weekend. First player, it will have to be Raheem Sterling. 2 goals, an assist, beautiful for Chelsea. He was fantastic, man of the match. He's our first pick. Our second pick has to be Matty Cash, Aston Villa's right back. He had an unbelievable game. 2 goals, kept the clean sheet. No clean sheet, but he got himself the 2 goals. He was their man of the match. He was classy. I think he definitely deserves the number 2 spot there. And our third player of the weekend was definitely Darwin Núñez. He came off the bench to get 2 goals in an atmosphere like that at St. James's Park, winning Liverpool the game. I think he was classy. I think those are probably our top 3 picks of the weekend. And our deciding play will have to be Darwin Núñez, based on him not starting the game, coming off the bench with a Liverpool 10-man side, in that sort of atmosphere, losing 1-0, and still coming to pick 2 goals. He had 2 shots, he scored 2 goals. I think he was the most influential player this weekend based on a team winning the game. Raheem Sterling was great to watch. I think he single-handedly won Chelsea their game. Matty Cash was also the main reason for Aston Villa's dominance. He got up the field, he was beautiful. But for me, Darwin Núñez was our player of the weekend. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe, ring the bell, like the post, and stay tuned for our next round of fixtures coming up. Ciao, guys.